So if you feel nervous straight up asking for a bag, which to be honest, I wouldn't recommend that you do anyway, I would suggest Hello my friends, today we're continuing last week's Q&A, so if you have not seen part 1, I'll make sure to link it down below for you. But today we're picking up right where we left off, discussing your popular MS questions and dilemmas. So if you'd like to hear what I have to say, then please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and keep on watching. Stitching contrasted or not, I think it really comes down to the actual color of the bag. When it comes to colors like gold or even fauve in Barinia, contrast stitching is a must because it not only helps to highlight the color of the bag, but it also helps to emphasize the incredible craftsmanship of the saddle stitching, which is what Hermes is known for. But on darker colors, especially like black, I remember this was a big trend a couple of years ago that people did black special order bags with pink contrast stitching that, if you ask me, looked pretty cheap. I really wouldn't go for contrast stitching, but on lighter colors, especially neutrals that you would associate with saddle making and having an equestrian perhaps route to them, contrast stitching is absolutely breathtaking. And if there's anyone who really knows how to stitch a piece almost like a piece of art, it is going to be Hermes with their saddle stitching. What do you think is the most underappreciated piece in the Hermes collection? I would probably say the Kelly wallet. I really don't hear too many people talking and raving about the Kelly wallet, which is probably because it is expensive for a wallet, but not if you understand the range of things that it's able to do for you. Because yes, it's called a Kelly wallet, but it's able to do a million and one things so beautifully. It works on its own incredibly well as a clutch bag. You can turn it into a crossbody bag, a top handle bag, or you can use it as a wallet, obviously. And it does every single one of those things just so elegantly, and it never looks out of place. It doesn't look like one of those SLGs that is trying to be more. It is genuinely more than just a wallet. So if I had to choose one piece that I think deserves more love and attention, it definitely would be the original Kelly wallet. Best Constance size for you, which the easiest question in this lineup, the Constance 18. If you want to find out why, I'll make sure to have my review linked up here. I have tried several different Constances. I have bought several different sizes of Constance, and by far the Constance 18 has been my most favorite, not only Constance bag, but one of my most favorite bags that I have ever purchased. Bags from other brands you like that have a leather interior, since Hermes is so hard to find. This is a tough one because if it only matters that they have a leather interior to them, Saint Laurent has some great bags, Louis Vuitton has some great bags like the Capucine that you can look into, but when it comes to the overall quality, I'm not sure if I can think of anyone that would be comparable to Hermes. The only brand that comes to mind that comes near what Hermes is able to do, and I'm not talking about their heritage, their investment value, how long lasting they're going to be, but just purely the tangible quality, the only brand that comes to mind is Moina, and they definitely use leather interiors. So Moina might be a brand that you want to look into, or maybe the Louis Vuitton Capucine, which you might be like, how can you compare Hermes to Louis Vuitton? I am not, but when it comes to the quality of designer bags, the Louis Vuitton Capucines are truly outstanding, and they can really not be mentioned on the same page with any other Louis Vuitton piece, because the quality of the Capucine bags is just head and shoulders above anything else that Louis Vuitton creates. But I would say that when it comes to comparable quality to Hermes, definitely look into Moina or maybe the Louis Vuitton Capucine, but Moina bags are as close as you can get to the outstanding quality of Hermes. Are the popular homeware items like mugs hard to get in store? I would say surprisingly yes. I'm not exactly sure why that is, but tableware, glassware, even cutlery has been almost impossible to get from Hermes. I mean, I ordered pieces back in 2021 that I'm still waiting for. including a piece that I ordered for you guys. I thought I was going to be able to do a giveaway at the beginning of this year, but the piece I ordered, I'm still waiting for. You really wouldn't think that there isn't enough fine tableware and fine china in excess to go around, but those seem to be some of the most difficult pieces to get from Hermes. Now, the good news is that you are actually able to place an order for tableware, glassware, and cutlery, whereas you're not able to do that with leather goods and bags. But if you are interested in any one of their tableware or home pieces, definitely put in a request for them as soon as you can, because for more popular pieces, you can be waiting anywhere between 6 months to even an entire year. Is it exclusive to be offered an exotic shoes special order by Hermes? Could you give some details on the Hermes special order shoes, which what we're talking about here technically isn't a special order, although it's going to feel pretty similar, but it's called the Exotic Lab, where you basically get to go in, choose from a range of classic Hermes shoes. So think Oran, Izmir sandals, Paris loafers. I think the most recent addition to this lineup was my favorite, the Avanta sneakers. You get to choose which shoe is your favorite. Then you choose, of course, your size, and you can decide what exotic leather you'd like your shoe to be made of. You can choose either lizard or alligator or croc, although I think that alligator is the most popular because lizard is technically only available for the Izmir and the orange sandals. The rest of the shoes you can only choose different shades of croc or alligator for. Now, one thing that you should be prepared for is that when it comes to the Exotic Lab, compared to getting an a la carte bag, is that with the Exotic Lab you have to pay for the shoes in advance, whereas when it comes to the a la carte bag experience, you'll be paying for the bag once it's come in. But when it comes to the Exotic Lab, once you've chosen the style of shoe, the size, and the leather you'd like it in, you'll be given a quote, and if you're happy with that, you have to pay, I believe, a 50% deposit for the shoes so it can go into production, and then you'll be paying the rest once the shoes have actually come in. But that's going to be a big difference between this and getting a special order or an a la carte bag. But other than that, if you would be interested in getting a special order pair of shoes, if you love your exotic skins and you'd like to add a pair of exotic shoes to your collection, it is definitely something that you can ask about. And lastly, let's do this question, which is how to ask your SA for a bag, which I completely understand. It's an incredibly intimidating experience asking for a bag, and it is a big decision to make. So I have done dedicated videos on this, on the things that I wish I had known before getting my first bag, which I'll make sure to link down below for you. But if you feel intimidated straight up asking for a bag, I would say to approach it by asking about the overall experience and the process of putting in a request for a bag, because at the end of the day, the true expert, the gatekeeper of these bags are going to be the advisors that you work with. So if you feel nervous straight up asking for a bag, which to be honest, I wouldn't recommend that you do anyway, I would suggest having a conversation with them, ask them questions like, what bag do they recommend that you put in a request for? How would you go about putting in a request? Is it something as informal as a conversation? Do you have to send them an email with your wishes? Do you have to fill out a digital form or a paper form? Just ask them these detailed questions so you have a starting point, and because you'll have those in your back pocket, I feel like you'll feel less lost and less in the dark because you'll know exactly what milestones you have to hit. Also ask them if there are any milestones on your purchase history that you have to hit. These are great questions to ask them because at the end of the day, they're going to be the advisors guiding you through the experience. But if you don't want to straight up ask for a bag, ask them about the overall experience, and I'm sure that they'll be happy to explain all of this to you. But my friends, these are all the questions that we had time for today. I really hope you enjoyed it and you got something out of it. And if you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And if you'd like to participate in future Q&As like this, then make sure you follow me on Instagram. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you back here with a new video really, really soon. Bye.